Hi, I'm Raquel, and this is Law Librarian Plants. Today, I am going to be setting up my work goals page and monthly for February. Let's get started. So, I have retrieved Daily Work Basics by Kell of A Plan, and I'm going to actually use this for both spreads. Um, what I am realizing now is that this planner really only buys me one good spread per theme. So you see there are different themes here. So this is the first one and so forth. So I'm going to need to be a little bit more strategic as to how I'm going to use these. I really do want to use this first theme here. Um, I'll be okay. I think I have enough of the little decorations that I can pepper into my monthly, um, and then focus on the bigger decorations here. The other thing is that I've already used this set for another spread, but never mind because we're still going to use it. So this is for her daily sheets. I've used it on her daily sheets. I've used it on other sheets, and now I'm going to try it here and see how it goes. I may not repeat that again, but we will see. All right. So the first thing we need to do, and I have to consult myself because it feels like I set up my work planner for January about a year ago. Um, Not really, but it's been a while. So what I need to do is to make sure that I have my boxes and my sections delineated here. I also pulled out some of her basic sticker books because I can use some of those to add boxes since I don't have that many boxes here to use. In fact, I've used all the main ones. I want to pull from her other sticker books to grab what I need to make this work. So the first thing I usually do here is to set this up for my top three. And since I do have headers that are going to fit very nicely over those, I am going to go ahead and use them. I'm also going to perhaps fold this page in half like so. Nope, that's not going to work. It's too chunky. This is my interim planner. So this is where I put my pages while the month is not over because I'm recording this in January and I'm still very much using my work planner for the month of January. So I'm going to have to just set it up like that and then I'll remove the daily pages when that time comes. All right. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and cover these, cover the titles that are here. If you've been here before, you know that I say there's no such thing as multiple priorities. You either have a priority or not. So I like to label that as my top three section. I also I use this section to put other things that are on my mind. Whether or not I get to those is a whole different story. But when I have pockets of time, I try to fit in other things that are available. So on those days when there's very few meetings and I'm making a lot of progress, that's when I try to go and deal with some of these things that are on my mind, as I say. So we're gonna put this one right here, like so. Hope this is somewhat straight. So function first, and then we'll go and do some decoration. It is straight, but however, it's not centered, and I want it to have it a little bit more centered than that, I hope. And still not centered, but it's going to have to do. All right, so we're going to straighten this out. I hope it's straight enough. Okay. And then on the right, it's a shame that I don't think in any of these I have a bar that's similar in size. No, I have other boxes, so those are not gonna do the trick. Um, and I have a couple of her Rainbow Basics books um, because there's different shades of yellow, so I wanted to use one that's sort of closer to what's in this. See, this shade right here is actually a pretty good dead ringer for this. So I think I'm going to use one of those. And now I know that I have more boxes that I can pull from. So I'm going to use this one here like so. Okay. That's somewhat centered. And then we're going to use another one. And I'm actually kind of like those smaller boxes much better. So I think these boxes are going to go back into the sheet. And I do have her Neutral Basics book, which of course I didn't grab because, hey, I'm not going to need it. Yes, I am. So let me grab that. It's just on the shelf over here. Um, my craft room slash home office is very jam packed. Um, and it's not huge. I have basically one tall wall where I can put things, and then I have a slanted ceiling on the other side. So I don't have to travel far to grab things. So I'm going to try to do a somewhat matchy of these colors. So let's see, there's that gray, there's black. Oh, there's this other gray. I think this gray is close to that. So that's the one we're going to use next. And then there's a lighter gray, which is going to bring us to where we need to go. All right. But, guess what? This one does not have header boxes. Fooey and a half. All right. So does this have any neutrals beyond black? I don't think so. Oh, well. That's because these books evolve, right? So I'm sure that after neutral basics, this is rainbow basics number 3. I'm sure that Heather's, she always is asking her Patreons, I'm one of them, for input, and she applies that input pretty quickly to what she does. Oh, look at that. Here we go. Here's that medium color. Fabulous. So, so that's what I appreciate about her, is that she's always listening to her Patreons. And I think every month there's actually a post in Patreon that's, for feedback. So anywho, all right, so that's number 2, and I'm going to cover this one as well. I didn't cover the line because there's a title that's kind of come right after it, but that wouldn't be a terrible idea either. So I think that's the only shade of gray. So we're going to go with black, because black is another color that's here. So we're gonna go with the easy color, the one I can definitely match. I'm gonna do this one here like so. Then we're going to add 3 boxes. We're going to add a box so basically for 3 boxes that match these 3 boxes. So here's where I'm going to write the top 3 for the month, and this is where I'm going to write my reflection, or how far I got, or something like that. So that's how I use these sections. So let me go to the yellow here, since there's that beautiful yellow. That's a perfect match. There we go. So we're going to use, I think I'm going to use this one. Do I want to use the big one? Nah, I think I'm going to stick to these medium boxes this month. So I am going to do the yellow box in the middle. I don't need a lot of space to reflect. And you know something? I am a little bit nervous that I'm putting that there and that I won't have enough space. So I'm going to grab also I saw the gray. Where did I see the gray? Was the gray in here too? How quickly they forget. How very quickly they forget. So let me just browse through this book on my lap where I can do this super quickly. No, it wasn't that one. Was it monthly basics? It might have been monthly basics. So in which case I will not find the same size box, because this book, actually these boxes are for the monthly. So this is meant to cover 2 monthly boxes, but maybe in our neutral basics. So this is the hardest part, right? Is finding the boxes that work. In our neutral basics, we have the 2 other colors. So we're going to grab the dark gray, and we're going to grab the lighter gray. Perfect. All right. And now I can figure this out, because I have, in spite of the fact I've done this for like 7 weeks in a row, 7 months in a row, I still don't have the sizing quite right, which is kind of astonishing. But all right, so we're gonna start with the lightest gray up here, and we're gonna put them this way. I think that's the safe way that I know for sure they will fit. So we'll put one here, and then we're gonna put the yellow one and try to line it up with a box, with a line, because it's always helpful. Put the yellow one here. That buys me a little bit of room for decoration, so I'm being intentional about that part. And then this one is just going to go a tiny bit lower, like so. This is not even remotely centered, I realize. So in particular, that yellow box. So I also could put them all vertically, but for some reason, I never want to do that. I never feel like it's what I want. So, let's put the yellow box on the side, and then we're going to put this one where I think I wanted it. Actually, I'm going to put it even all the way to the bottom, like so. And then I'm going to grab that yellow one, and I'm going to try to center that. And I wanted it somewhere like here. I just cannot tell where the center is. So this is what I do is I just flip the sticker so that I have a sense of where it's supposed to go. And now that I know where I want it, I'm just going to try to put it down straightish. Okay, there. Okay, great. So now I have my boxes. This is great. And we need, what else? We're going to need to put decorations on now, I think. I think we're ready to, and I've already lost the decorations page. Oh, it fell. All right. So I'm going to decorate this a little bit, and then I'm going to put my titles, and we're going to move on from this. So I think, let's see. I want to use this large um, sticker of the woman on her planner. And the reason I want to use it here is because I don't think it's going to fit well in the monthly, but I also think it's not going to fit well here unless I can find an interesting placement for it. See, this is why I should have done my deco first. I don't usually do my deco first in this planner, and for good reason. All right. As much as I don't want to do the three of them vertically, I think that's exactly what I need to do in order to make this work. So this is, again, we're going to place it upside down. And okay, that gives me about the right distance. Or you know what? Let's just do the right thing and put the sticker down. Then we can figure out the rest of it. Might actually help to just have the sticker here. Okay, and sorry about that. I just completely moved off camera when I flipped my page sideways. Ugh. All right, this is not good when I'm this early on and on the struggle bus already. It's driving me absolutely bananas. The clear sticker is definitely being a little bit more ornery than I had hoped. So let me see. I think it's going to definitely overlap with the gray sticker, and at this point I don't really care. I can't care because otherwise I will never use the sticker, and it's just a difficult like shape and size. So there. So we're going back to our original plan of putting this one horizontally. It's just going in a different space from where I had planned. So now we can add some things. She's planning, she's sitting, I think she's in a chair. It's my guess, or at least that's what it looks like. I'm gonna grab a few planning items to put around here. Put one here. I don't want another box there. I'm kind of annoyed. Let's see. Let's use the Girl Boss mug right next to her. I could put the chair. Actually, the chair will fit. Pretty sure the chair will fit. Why not? So let's call this one her, her secondary chair that she has in her office. And we're going to put this here like so. All right, so we filled up the space nicely. And what did I do? Oh, her cup of coffee. Her cup of coffee can go somewhere else. So we're going to put that one here like so. All right, I think this is decorated enough. I'm going to move on and put the functional words stickers before we go to our monthly. So this is my Planner Kate, one of my Planner Kate sticker books, and I have this organized by section. I have icons and words. Here I'm looking for the words section. And they are, I need to move those work from home stickers because I'm not using them and I should. These were all customs. These are the Jen Plans font from Planner Kate. And I can write top 3, but my handwriting is bigger and not like that cute. So I like that I have these stickers that will do it. And the one sheet will probably last me the whole year. I think I counted the number of stickers and it has more than a year's worth of stickers to use here. So, and then the third one we need, we're going to use this again a little bit later when we plan our weeks, but I'm not set this up. And I know I've used a reflection sticker before, so I don't know why there was only one. Oh, because these are new. Duh. Okay. That's why. I have not used these before. I had these made for 2026. All right. I think that's pretty good. I am going to use, I'm going to put this over here, a couple of bullet points. There are no small, the bullet points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I can use definitely a few here. I'm going to use the medium gray actually. I don't know why I like them because this is not supposed to be structured, this on my mind section, but somehow I like to put a few here to get the juices flowing. And that's not even remotely lined up with the other one. All right. I put 3. I sometimes end up writing a lot more than 3, but that works. All right. 1, 2, and 3. They still don't look straight to me. Easier if I use, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the grid to help me line them up. Much better when you do it that way, don't you think? Here. All right, so that is the goals page. So now let's move on to the monthly. That is set up and perfect and exactly what I need for the month. I kind of feel that this looks kind of empty here. So let's put the phone with the watch over here. A little bit far from her, but that's okay. Just to have something in that corner because it just looks odd to me. And yes, I could white that out, but I'm so apathetic to like trying to fix some things because I don't think they need to be fixed so much. So I think these are the 2 books that I want to have on the top. So now I'm going to go back to my, I forgot what I called this. Whatever I called this before, that's exactly what it is. This is where I put my pages before I'm ready to move into my actual planner with my cover and so forth. Let's grab that monthly. And we're going to go ahead and set that up now. And with, I'll put the page we just finished away. I'll show it again before as I wrap up this video. Let's make sure we're still in frame, and we are. That took entirely too long. I'm so sorry about that. That was too confusing for me. But anyway, let's what I'm doing now is I'm actually using my iPad to grab my calendar because my calendar is all online. So yeah, so let's get started. And this is February. I can decorate all around the edges. I realized I don't have a ton of decorative elements here, and that's okay. I used probably too many up on that page, but that big girl would not have fit. The chair might have fit. In fact, the chair would have fit, but and because the entire last week is blank, we can just go ahead and use that space as a decorative space. So I am trying to remove this large planner. And I'm going to use the large planner, I think here. I am, however, going to white out those lines. So while it didn't bother me that much with the girl because her pants were dark gray and whatnot, here I don't really like it. So let's see if we can cover that. This is the only one probably that I'll need to cover because most of the stickers are small. So I'm trying very hard to get this line. There's plenty of white ink in the pen. My technique has lately been less than stellar. And we're gonna put this here. Just want it slightly skew there. All right, covered up enough. Great. Then I am going to use, I think the rose, that floral definitely belongs up there. And here I'm going to be a little bit less precious and grab the rose. The roses. It's a big black rose with some white roses and a little bit of touches of gold. And I think I'm going to use that one here, this corner. My husband watched the UFC last night, so like the first thing I thought about in this corner, I thought about the announcer guy. I actually sat with him. He wanted company, so I sat with him and I watched videos and did other things. I had my headphones on so that he could enjoy his UFC while I did other things. I only watched one of the fights, and it's this very interesting fellow who's um, Liverpool, and he's kind of fun to watch. So, all right. So let me grab this hand. Oh, did it break? No, no, it didn't. That's where it ends. So this hand is poised to write on that planner. So let's um, cover that line. I was wrong. I have to cover another line. Okay. Want the hand to be there. Her friend is like, but here, have a coffee. This is how it's meant to go. I mean, I have to cover more of the line. Okay, there we go. So now she's getting ready to write on her planner. That's great. Okay. Next, we're going to use, I think, the briefcase, which is tiny in comparison to that planner. We'll go here. And I'm just going to fill up the boxes with these icons because I'm not coming back to this page. Unlikely. I'm going to come back to this page to use it for another setup since there's very little left. All right. And that black box that's not getting used from the sheet, that very large black box, is absolutely perfect. These might fit in a weekly, but this is good. I'm often looking for a box that's going to cover the whole expanse of the bottom. And so that's what I'm saving it for. All right. Then what else do we want to add here? And I'll leave some of those clips and things like that for later. All right. She has a notebook that she's looking at too. See, I'm creating a whole scene here. So she's consulting her little, on the go planner where she wrote down something that she learned at a meeting or something like that, and now she's putting it in her planner. Got to create a story here. All right. So now that we have that, we're gonna now do some of the functional pieces of this. That first week, I have a meeting. So I'm back in this book. I'm trying to see. This has some bigger dots. I'm going to use the smaller dots from here. And it doesn't need to be I'm realizing I don't really need a box there. So on the 4th, I have 2 meetings. So I'm going to put yellow one, yellow alert. And I'm going to use the light gray one, which I'm going to need again some other time. Actually, I'm going to need it a couple more times. So the light gray one. On the 11th, I have another light gray. So these are our faculty meetings. And so I attend all the faculty meetings or faculty activities. Actually, I think we're having presentations on the 4th. And then I'm going to look at, and it's the 25th. It's the third one of those. All right. All right, so we're going to put a light colored dot there. Then on, now this takes care of this week. Then the next week, I am teaching on the Thursday. And for that, I definitely want a box. So I'm going to go back to the Rainbow Basics that had those nice yellow boxes. And I'm just looking through the book to try to get to that page. All right, I should have left that open. And I realized if I do that, I will have used both of the small boxes, but that's okay. Oh no, there's more. Okay, perfect. So I'll use one of those because that's actually, it's not just that I'm teaching, but I'm actually going to work in a different location that day. So this is exactly what I want here. It's a little bit smaller because it's meant for the weekly. It's not meant for the monthly. I'm going to move it just a tiny bit and line it up here like so. All right, so that's the 12th. I have a meeting on the 13th. So I'm going to put a yellow dot. I think I'm using yellow dots for meetings. I think that's the commitment here. Yellow dots for meetings. So I have a meeting on the 13th. And I don't put all my meetings in here. I put sort of the big meetings that are pre-scheduled like months in advance. I will put regular meetings. They go in the week that they belong. So, all right, this is stickers not coming back. All right, on Wednesday the 18th, I am out. So I am so glad that that these other meetings are not on that day because that would have been a thing. So I'm back in Rainbow Basics 3. I'm going to grab another one of those boxes. And I'm out all day because I have a doctor's appointment in another state next door. I mean, I'm in Rhode Island. I'm going to Massachusetts. So I'm going to cover that like so. Then I did the same thing I didn't want to do, which is I didn't center it. Let's see if I can center it a little bit more, like so. Then I'm out also the next day. Great. I'm gonna use the gray if I can find it again. That darker gray. It wasn't in this one. It was in the neutral. And because I have to be out that next day, it's gonna be a crazy month. My husband has surgery the next day. So yeah, fun, huh? Fun. Oh, that's right. This is the book that does not have the smaller boxes. Well, it's gonna have to be one of these. I'm just gonna put it here. I'll be with him for his surgery and then I'll work from home the rest of the day if possible. All right. Then the following, I do need to put myself a note on that date too, because I need to leave work early that day. I'm going to use this little gray, the darker gray dot for that. Then on the following week, I already put the meeting. I have an event on the 23rd. So for that, I'm going to go back to that Rainbow Basics and put the yellow because that's sort of like out of the ordinary work event. So let's see. I'm actually going to use one of the medium yellow boxes like I used there with the gray, just so that it doesn't look odd that I have just the one box Okay, I have a work event after hours. And I think that's it. That's all I need to put here um for boxes and dots and stuff like that. Now I'm trying to think what else I usually put in here. So I need to know the calendar. I'm gonna look at the calendar that's on my iPad. All right, this is payday and this is payday. And I'm gonna mark those with black because I haven't used black as one of the colors. I'll put one here and one there. It's crazy how fast this year is going, and I'm already thinking, oh my God, that next month I'm out for a week. I'm on vacation. Just absolutely insanity. Absolute insanity. All right. So um this box is too wide to fit here. I usually don't add boxes to the sidebar because I won't really use them. So I think I'm gonna try to just go nuts with the rest of the decorations and just use them up. Because again, I will not be doing another spread with this deco. So I'm gonna put the girl boss here. Since I put one, oh, I didn't put one in this page yet. So I'm gonna put another girl boss sticker here. I could use most of these somewhere else. I realize that. So I may not use every single decoration. Actually, I'm going to use it up here. Cut off the bottom and sit it right on top of that box. Um, but will I remember to come back to it? I won't. And I have too many stashes of things that I'm like, oh, I should put these together because I'll use it. And nothing happens with them. So we'll be smart about it this time around. I think I'm going to put a bow right here. And I won't add to this calendar at this point. So this is it. This is the calendar for the month. If anything else happens, it will be in the weekly. It will not be added to the monthly. So that's why I'm confident that I can go ahead and go crazy with the decorations here. I'm kind of not loving that coffee there. So I'm going to move it. I will leave some of the boxes undecorated. Let's put it that way. I think I'll put it here. So if you notice, I'm trying to go on the diagonal with the decorations um, and not put a decoration in every box. Okay. I think I'm going to use one of those sets of clips in the 1, 2, 3 that we saw earlier. So I'm going to save one of those. If I'm going to put another diagonal here, I think I'm going to put the other bow. I don't want to put it on the same line. It's okay if it's diagonally on the same line, but I don't want to put it on the same horizontal line, which for some reason it looks more obvious to me. 6. I'm gonna put the phone up here. Then I'm gonna put a decoration here. And yes, I know I have decorations on the bottom, so that's kind of not gonna be a perfection kind of thing. Actually, phone remove because I found another sticker that I like less as a floater, if that makes any sense. And it's this one that's it's a little flower vase. So I'm gonna cut off the bottom and put it on top of that yellow box. There are certain things I don't like to see floating. Other things I don't care. Okay, now we have our cell phone. Then we want something here and something here. So we're gonna put another hand. We have 2 more writing hands and 2 more, and 1 more writing hand and 1 more coffee hand. So coffee hand number 2 is going to go here. President's Day, which is a day off. I didn't put anything on there, but I mean, that one's pretty obvious. Or at least to me, I don't have to mark it off, especially since this one has all the holidays in there. Kind of saves me a little bit of effort. I want the other hand. I don't love that, but I have to do it. So the other hand that's writing is going to go here or here. I think I like it better here. Okay. There. And then I'm going to grab one of these cute ribbon clips, paper clips, ribbon decorated paper clips. I'm going to put it here. And then we're going to check. Need something here, something here. All right. So another one of those ribbons. What did I say? Here. Put it just so that I still have my room to write. And then we have glasses. I can put here. Aw, Valentine's Day. And we need something here. We'll use another one of those little clips. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need something there. Put a gold binder clip. And then the bottom, which is all decorated. All right. So what else do we want to do? I am finishing these stickers today. What else could I possibly do with these? I could use them across the top because why not? So let's do that. Let's use some of these like that. And another one. So all the paper clips are on the top, apparently. Apparently. We're going to use another one. I'm going to leave a couple here. And I'll use them on that other spread that I said I had finished, but apparently it didn't. So we're going to use this one and this one. So kind of framing the month of February. All right, I think that looks good. Let's use up the rest of the stickers on that page because we must. So I thought if they fit, could I use them next to this? And the answer is yes. So we're going to use them there. Because we can. They kind of work better on the incline, but, and then we're going to take one of these. We're going to use it. I want to put it right there and keep building on that, but I won't. How about here? So that wasn't a bad idea, but I've committed to something different now. And then we're going to use this one up here in the reflection box. All right, friends, that takes care of that sheet. So once again, here is the monthly spread for my work planner. And then the goals page for the same. So that is all for today, friends. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me and have a great day. Bye.